Later tonight, in a break from our usual responsibilities, Jeremy will be taking popular rapper Jesus to task over his street credibility. And then we'll both be meeting the team behind the new play that's got theatre critics buzzing with anticipation.
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News.
That's the titles.
Back in a tick.
Where's she going?
It's her own makeup, I'd imagine.
Well, we'll need a new cap, otherwise you'll get mad and shiny.
I don't perspire, Martin. I have two settings, dry and refresh.
How delightful for you.
No, it doesn't. Why?
What are you talking about? You don't want to know.
Why sweat?
Like I said, going in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3.
First tonight, let's return to our main story. Wise words there.
Later tonight, in a bit of a switcheroo, it'll be Jeremy in the culture chair, spitting rhymes with popular rapper Jesus. And then we'll both be chatting with a familiar team of thespians set to take the nation by storm again.
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News.
That's the titles.
I'll check my makeup. Maybe there was someone there for you.
She's not your enemy.
Is it you then?
No, it's Bannon. He's been sending coded messages to Bozeman after every show.
Of course, it's the only credible solution.
He must be very disappointed.
Yes, until now I thought him as a son I'd never had.
I prefer you like this. Going in 10 seconds.
What did I miss?
Sorry, I said.
5, 4, 3.
First tonight, thankfully, some news as we return to our main story. All this, and I'll be talking to some people with fascinating medical conditions, as well as one of the contenders in this year's Feline Football Championship, and her proud owner. That's all up on tonight's National Nightly News. And after that, I'll be asking my own thumb what it thinks about the global financial situation, as well as what 3 members of the general public think about how a nuclear reactor might work.
Could you be a little more dismissive in your delivery? I think there's a viewer out there somewhere who missed it.
Viewers, we still have some of those, do we? Perhaps they're hoping to run into a fact.
Jeremy, get it together. Don't give Bozeman any more ammunition.
Oh, no, thank you.
Coming back from the titles, quiet in the studio.
I really best not.
But first tonight, our team of correspondents has been dispatched.
Go on, then. But just the one. I am supposed to be working.
First, let's go to Megan Wolfe in Shining-on-Sea to see what the scientific community has to say. Megan, how's the weather there?
It's absolutely great. Thank you for asking.
Are you fucking kidding me? She's on a beach with a fucking cocktail with what looks suspiciously like actual news.
Would you rather she was here with you? Because that's been going so well recently.
No, I don't want that either. What I want is, well, never mind. Right now, I'd happily settle for a desk fan.
Bozeman will never approve it.
Do you know they have dinner together?
Who?
Bozeman and Megan, and Bozeman's wife, who is lovely, apparently. Who would have thought it? Bozeman managed to persuade some poor, hapless victim to shackle themselves to his ego.
Your mic's still live. And I have met Bozeman's wife, and she is lovely, actually.
What do you mean you've met Bozeman's wife? How come you've met her? I don't even know she exists.
Because in the 8 years I've worked with you, I've never seen you attend a single workplace social event.
I hate them, they're agonising.
Yes. Imagine the horror of spending an evening with your colleagues.
I'd rather spend an evening with that fucking rapper.
Do you remember when you used to be fun?
Yes, it was about the last time we did the actual news, wasn't it? Before your lot turned into this shit.
I'm sorry. My lot?
Well, it's not my fault, is it? Why are you even here today? I mean, it's supposed to be your day off.
I am not talking to you.
Why, God, why? We should be celebrating these wonderful results, I think.
There we are. We need to evolve gills within 40 years.
You look thirsty.
Here it just says shit, shit, shit.
Look at you. This is meant to be a celebration. Can't go around looking like that.
Shit, shit,
there you go.
shit,
Much
shit.
better. Can I just say thank you again to Sophia Remington?
Go, 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 go. Go!
Is this okay? Let me cleanest overalls.
Could you... There you have it, Jeremy. Proof, if proof be need be, that everything is just fine.
I've actually been writing about the moment we'd finally meet Robin.
Back to you.
It's in Iambic
Megan Wolf there, attempting to do some actual news. Next,
go then.
heads over to Robin
Shoo,
Short,
shoo.
who's in Scritchford with some of the winners of this week's team membership
Smart
lottery.
person,
Robin?
thick.
Thanks,
People want
Jeremy.
their flards more than they want their planet.
Is it true Sophia Remington pays for your tennis?
Has anyone seen Jenny?
If you'll excuse me, I have to go and work
Jenny!
on the serve.
Jenny? Can I get a refill, please? I know you can hear me. Don't you walk away from me. Jenny! Makeup?
How
Makeup.
unexpected.
No, not that. Look, I know it's not your job, but can I get a refill, please? Look, I know it's not your job, and I don't want to come over entitled like a certain co-host of mine, but my throat is dry, and I have to be sat here until the inevitable clusterfuck of an interview that is this, Gary the Shit Collector, comes to an end. So, if you wouldn't mind, please. Well, go on then. Thank you.
Be sensible. It's important to know who we're trusting around our children.
Oh, I have an unpublished book of sonnets about children. Perhaps you'd like to hear one.
No!
Or an anthology of haikus on the death of innocence.
I'd rather hear about Gary's turd collection.
Really? I thought you might say that.
Oh. Oh.
Are you all right?
Yes, it's coming. It's inspiration and it's delicious.
Right you are.
Today on the show there's no news, just a man who keeps multiple poos.
Here,
No.
this big one's my favourite. See how it's fibrous, really lovely texture.
Would you encourage other people to enter for their chance to win?
If it's colour you're looking for, take a gander at old Blue Eyes here.
The national news lost its way when it covered some crap on a tray.
Some of these are quite rare.
Maybe that was unfair.
And that's all we have time for today. Back to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Robin. What a lucky
I mean,
pair
it really
they are.
has. I mean, does he change his
That was
tie? No. Does he wash his hair?
disgusting.
Doesn't do
Go,
anything.
just get
But he's
out
not
of here,
also
go.
stuck
Sorry,
here
I
in
might
this
have got a bit
hellhole
carried
of a place,
away.
sweating
Yeah,
his
the
arse.
president
you.
whoever
Yes,
is affecting the locals.
you. Get out of my face.
Hello there, Jeremy. Hello, yes. I'm here live in Griswold.
Called a study in corn.
Poor bastard.
My God, have you finally found someone in a worse situation than you?
I'm picking up that she might be somewhat annoyed with me.
For your information, Jeremy, me and my lot aren't the reason there's no real news left. I put plenty of ideas forward, but they always get squashed up the chain.
Fucking Bozeman.
No, not Bozeman, further up.
Oh, tell me more.
I shouldn't have even said that.
Fucks.
Well,
Who's laughing
Patrick,
now,
Who's not
eh?
looking presentable now, eh? Fucking arsehole.
Right, the good people from Remington's Fist came in and saved the day with their factory.
You're talking, of course, about the newly built flour factory.
Yeah, they gave us this big presentation on jobs in
He's
the
looking for a fucking tile.
here.
Does this stink not affect your life in every way, Barry? I mean, perhaps if you're filling in a tax return or completing the physical act of love.
It's strong at first, but you get used to it after several weeks of your first bout of sickness. The judges were very impressed.
So, what's the sickness?
Oh, that's nothing to worry about. It takes a few minutes before you develop any symptoms. Now, folk are saying something about the production line and how they dump carcasses directly into the water main, but I think it's probably the few valves on the high street.
On the high street? Should I see a doctor? What are the symptoms?
Well, the first one
Have
is
you noticed
asking...
what's happening to him out there?
Course, do they? When was the last time you brushed your teeth, you stinking old tramp?
He's just called the guest a stinking old tramp. Are we really going to let this continue?
The song followed immediately by delusions of grandeur.
Oh, that's not really a problem. I've never sung in my life. Hello, it's sexy Patrick Brown.
Oh, Patrick, why?
I'm like a stallion. I'm gorgeous. Why didn't you tell me? I should take my shirt off.
No, you shouldn't. He's taking his shirt off on national news. Shouldn't we cut away?
Oh, man, what's the point?
And the ennui. All that's left now are the hallucinations and unconsciousness.
Nano Dotty? Was that you? Why are you made out of elbows? You know I don't eat opinions.
OK, he's passed out. He's actually unconscious. Are we going to come back now?
To how many times he evacuates his bowels.
Haven't we?
Right, that's all here from Grizzleford, a town that's really making a stink. I'm Barry Lardons. Back to you, Jeremy. Right
Thanks,
now,
Barry.
You need to stand back. No, way back. The first few expulsions are devastating.
Is he all right?
You've started now. Right, you might take yourself a seat before it gets messy.
Stupid, even for you.
I don't care. It's done. I am done. It's 200 fucking degrees in here, and I can't do this anymore.
You say this every Friday.
I've done something.
What do you mean? Jeremy?
My mic is still live.
But first this evening, with the war about to enter its 21st punishing week and people hurting up and down the country, I'll be grilling unpredictable Prime Minister Peter Clement in an exclusive interview from his home in
Christ, this
That's coming up on
shit.
tonight's
Bugger that
Clement
thing.
News.
Why is it so hard to turn the fucking way out? Go! I think these bikes brakes are fucked.
Are you joking? They write the questions.
Speak
now
up,
too.
my dear full ears can't hear you.
I said there's nothing wrong with the bike.
Well, could you get someone to look at it, please, before I look like a complete prick on the national nightly news?
There's no
10
time.
seconds.
You're live in 30
I'm not
seconds.
sticking
Put your
to things,
earpiece in
but
for
I'll play
fuck's
next
sake.
season. I can forget.
Going in 5, 4.
I'm losing the virginity all over again.
In part 2, I'm a little
That's it.
overexcited
How
to
long have we
announce
got?
I'll be
10
interviewing
seconds.
the one
What?
and only Lil C.
Stop peddling, Peter.
Oh,
And looking surprised in 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, Prime Minister. Have we caught you exercising?
Oh, have we started? Yes, that's right, Miss Wolf. Just a few minor adjustments. I mean, nothing drastic. I haven't joined the gym more or anything. I imagine that there will be
you
the
imagine?
usual You just have to learn to get by on the basics. Take comfort in each other. I've got Mrs. C and many a fine single malt. I want for nothing. Except for a decent night's sleep, of course.
Prime Minister, thank you for joining us. When we come back, it's time for the...
Well, that was a fucking ambush! Get on that phone now, right now, to that, find out what that duplicitous bitch is up to! And get me a bottle of something stronger. This fucking government stuff is complete fucking bog water!
I think he knew about her statement.
I don't think anyone's supposed to know. When you mentioned it, Bozeman's face turned a colour that I think you call embolism.
Am I in trouble?
Bozeman? Nah, you're like the daughter he never had. I suppose the higher-ups might fire him, though.
Who's Lil C?
Or if there's any justice, me.
Who's Lil C?
Are you winding me up?
What? I'm civilised. I read books. But first tonight, with the war about to enter its 21st week, I'll be chatting with Peter Clement live in an exclusive team talk from his home in Lanfordshire. Don't go away. You won't want to miss a second of tonight's national nightly news.
Here, team approved.
Oh, is this a thing now?
I think they just want to control what's best known as Peter Clement syndrome.
Oh, he's
Just
easy,
listen,
except
Ivan.
when he
I don't
begins
care
a
what your
sentence with,
people
"As
are
me
telling
old
you.
man used to say."
If something will happen, I promise you,
Must
I
run
would
the
know
family.
about
Have you seen these questions?
Because I'm the fucking Prime Minister,
This
Ivan.
is more like nap time.
10 seconds.
And the size of my
Do it for the
penis
nation.
is
You
really
sound
not
like
relevant
Bozeman.
here. Julia and I have no secrets from each other. None. And the all young man who thinks this is
Later in the
horror
programme,
movie
I'm
when you're
thrilled
in a
to say I'll be
rom-com.
chatting with mega
Relax,
pop star Lil
mate.
C, who's going
I'll
to
see
be
you at the
treating
Peace
us to a
Summit.
world
We'll get all this
premiere of her
sorted
new
out
single.
and you'll be back at the Grange before you know it.
10 seconds, Prime Minister.
Right you are. Gotta go, Ivan. Love to the mistresses.
From his home in Lanfordshire. Are you receiving me, Prime Minister?
Loud and clear, Miss Wolf. Loud and clear.
Well, let's start with the obvious. What's that in your hand, Prime Minister?
Cheeky cow. But yeah, it's true. 75 days without an alcoholic drink, and I've got to say, I'm beginning to feel the benefits.
It certainly looks that way.
Well, I made a promise to Mrs. C, and as my old man used to say...
A promise is worth keeping?
I know I've got a bit of a reputation for being an old fuddy-duddy, but I'd be lying if I didn't say there's something about little C that just demands one's attention.
Well, let's hope you stay watching, Prime Minister, because she is going to be talking and performing live after the break.
Oh, I'll be watching. After all, as my old man used to say, everything's a treat on a boring Friday with nothing but the wind up your shunt.
It's Wednesday, Prime Minister.
I think the expression still stands.
Peter Clement, thank you for joining me.
And we're out.
Well, that went well, I thought. Nary a swear word in sight. Right, you lot, a bit of fuck off then. Me and the missus have got a long, hard night with a 2,000-piece jigsaw. Christ, back in me drinking days, the thought of a night like that would make me want to remove my own bollocks with a pair of rusty pliers. But right now, I can't think of anything else I'd rather be doing. Hold on to the ones you love, son. That's the trick. As my old man used to say, when the flaps start wobbling, it's time to put...
So assuming it's not vodka, what do you think's actually in that milk? I reckon it's the tears of his enemies.
You are one disturbed individual.
That's how I cope.